I'm gonna tell you something that I do. I'm gonna tell you something that I do with my targets, where I can get them to gaslight themselves. If I'm cornered, or if they caught me with something and they got like hard evidence and I'm on the back foot and you know you're stuck, this is what I'll do. So I call it a fake moral outrage. They caught me with some evidence, they caught me cheating or whatever. I'll wait until they do something that is either slightly annoying or completely benign or completely predictable that I knew they were going to do, and I will act like they stepped on a landmine. I will act like the benign thing that they did is the worst thing they could possibly have done to me, and as though they've attacked me in the core of my being. And I respond with total indignation and absolute moral outrage. For a person who has a conscience, which of course your targets have conscience, otherwise how are you going to hook them in? They will automatically do two things. They're going to go into shock, and you'll see that they've gone into shock because the eyes go wide, their voice becomes shaky, they may even sweat a little bit, and they'll go, oh. Once they've gone into shock, they'll start questioning themselves. They'll start saying, maybe I did do something wrong. I thought I did a completely benign action, but he's telling me this was the worst thing imaginable. Any reasonable person is going to ask themselves the question, maybe I am doing something wrong, because only a narcissist would assume that everything they're doing is perfect. So they're saying to themselves, what did I do wrong? Maybe this was a bad thing that I did. In that moment, I can do a couple of things. My preferred method is to go into a shaking rage, because this induces fear and terror. They're already shocked. They didn't know that what they did was the wrong thing. And now they have to deal with the fact that I am enraged with them. Like, let yourself go. Really go for this. Scream at the top of your lungs at them as though they had just murdered a child in front of you. And the more you act as though the thing that they did was terrible, the worse they're gonna feel, the more shock they go into. And this is the beautiful thing. We're hijacking the central nervous system here. Once they've gone into that shock, you basically get the body attacking them for you on your behalf. It's a PTSD response. So after you've done this, they're then going to play the incident over and over again, obsessively inside their minds, filled with adrenaline and cortisol, thinking, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I'm going to scream at them, and when I'm screaming at them whilst they're in shock, I'm going to fill their head with the idea that everything they've ever done is wrong, and that they're a terrible person, that they've acted out of evil intent, that they've acted out of vengeance, that they've acted out of jealousy, that they've acted out of pettiness. I'm going to make them feel like the ugliest, most malign, most evil, wickedest person on earth. And they're going to internalize this because their critical faculties have shut down. The shock switches off the critical faculties, they open up, and at that moment I'm going to induce in them a really intense emotional and physiological state. Their brain is going to replay and replay and replay that state for me. It's on autopilot now, it's automatic. They're going to do it to themselves, and I can sit back and relax whilst they gaslight themselves with the idea that they're a terrible person who does the wrong thing. You want to induce as much guilt in them as you can. You want to induce as much shame in them as you can, and you want it to be such an intense experience and a confusing experience for them that you can merely reference the experience at any point in the future. Bang, they go straight back into confusion, they go straight back into guilt, shame, and doubting their own version of reality. Now I have an easy way where I can just trigger their guilt and their shame and their doubt, and I can make reality whatever I want it to be. It's like molding the human mind, molding the human spirit. I can make them malleable, I can make them soft. It's very important that you push this all the way through. So when it happens, you respond with a huge amount of moral indignation, moral outrage, as though the benign or neutral thing that they had done was the worst thing imaginable. Fly into a rage, shock and terrify them, and whilst they are shocked and terrified, you instill the command, you instill the suggestion, you are an awful person, you're a bad person, you act out of evil intent, you're vengeful, you're mean-spirited, you're jealous, whatever it is. You want to be in a position where at any moment you could click your fingers and they're going into a deeply intense emotional flashback. You want to induce PTSD flashbacks in them. Whenever they flash back, you can instill any command or suggestion into them that you want to, and they won't be able to resist it. They won't have any defense against it. It's beautiful. It's like hijacking the human system so that it works against itself. This cup is filled with my victim's pain and shame. And it tastes good. Oh yeah, dominance, baby. Here's the gaslighting. Hello folks, just to let you know, we now have a new course out. It's finally finished. It's called Unplug from the Matrix of Narcissistic Abuse, and it's available from richardgrannon.com. Just hit this link right here and you can go get it.